Now, I've worked with a ton of creators in the last couple years, and there's a couple signs that if I see, I know that creator is going to be successful. So I want to share these with you because these are things you can actually do and then change the future. If you weren't going to be successful, if you start doing these three things, you are way more likely to be successful. So let's talk about these three things. So we have the first one here, the second one, let's say here, and then the third one will be down here. So the first sign is actually incredibly important because so few people do. YouTubers get stuck in the loop of making content. They need to get the next video out done by XYZ time, and so they kind of get through things and they never do this one thing that if they did, they would learn a lot. And what this is learning from your mistakes, okay? Basically, what you want to do is when a video fails, you want to understand why. Because so many creators will get a fail, 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 they get a win, fail, 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 and maybe they would get more wins if they understood why each of these didn't do well. This one didn't do well because the thumbnail was crap. This one didn't do well because it was an idea that never should have been done. Here, the intro was way too long. And think about it this way, if you upload 50 videos a year, if every single time one of those videos failed, you specifically knew what went wrong. Like if God came down and told you this video failed because the intro was a minute long instead of 25 seconds long, then you would just not do that again. And your next few videos would get that much better. And so the thing is, this is easy to say, but it's hard to implement. How do you figure out what's wrong with your videos? What caused them to fail? And the simplest thing you can do is to create a mastermind. Literally find a couple creators who are around your size, who you think are pretty smart, and just roast each other's videos when they come out. When a video bombs, you throw it in the group chat and you say, hey guys, my video bombed. What do you guys think I did wrong? And they'll make a huge list. So easy to point out mistakes in other people's work. It's way harder to do it in your own. They'll point out all the mistakes. You can go through. If you don't think they're right with some of them, you can toss that out. But at least pick one of the things and implement it. Fix these mistakes. And you want to tie this in with something else here. I call it the learning loop. And basically what it is create like a little chart for yourself, a little Google Doc or chart where basically every time you upload a video, you have a thing I could fix, right? So you have and you write what that is over here. So this is the thing I could fix. I could have made my intro shorter, okay? And then you say what the solution is, okay? Like let's say the solution is always make the intros shorter than 30 seconds, okay? That's the solution. And then you have a checkbox on if you did that for the next video or not, okay? You check it if you did. And then you do this for every single video, every single time you upload. And then over time, you'll have this checkbox filtering system that you always have to check off before every video. And you've basically created a quality control for yourself. You need to check off all these boxes that you've learned, or else your video is not going to be as good as it could be. This is a super simple system. You just say what the mistake is here, how to solve it, and then if you did it or not. And within like 10 videos, you'll have 10 things that you always make sure you don't do. Now, the second sign that you're about to blow up is studying your competitors. At the end of the day, every single top creator I've ever worked with or studied has studied other creators. They've studied creators who are bigger than them or better than them or more creative. And so this solution is really simple. Just set aside 60 minutes a week, which is not that much, and watch people who you think make better content than you. Take notes, put your intro on one tab, put their intro on the other, and then compare, or look at their thumbnails and look at your thumbnails and compare. See what they did better than you. Maybe they use colors better. Maybe they show more of an action. There's tons of things other people are doing better than you, and those are all lost learnings if you're not studying competitors. So do this every single day, and it helps a ton. The third sign that you're very likely to hit big views on YouTube is something most people don't want to hear, and it has to do with your video ideas. People are really guarded about their video ideas, right? Like it's a creative thing that comes from them. But the fact of the matter is that most ideas most people come up with aren't that good, okay? Only like 1% of ideas most people come up with are actually that good. 1% is not a lot. Out of 100 ideas, that's one idea. And so if you need to come up with a lot of great ideas, which if you're a YouTuber, that's something you need to do, you're uploading a lot, or maybe you're uploading very consistently, then the solution here is literally just volume, okay? And this is super simple. One, you want to come up with a ton of ideas. So maybe that's 100 ideas. Two, you want to run those ideas through the same sort of checklist I talked about here. As you upload content, as you study other videos, you'll start to develop a checklist of do's and don'ts, okay? Apply it to your 100 ideas. And maybe that brings you down to like 10 ideas. That's great. That's 10 ideas that have gotten through your checklist and that at the very least you've thought about. You haven't just blindly uploaded and make videos about and wasted your time and resources. You've actually eliminated ideas that you don't think could do well. So if you hit these 3 things, in my opinion, it's very likely you're going to do well on YouTube because these are things most people don't do. So if you do these things, you're not an NPC. Congratulations, you're main character, and I look forward to working with you when your channel's massive. Anyways,